Welcome back to BBPN. I'm your host, Cadet Tank, and we have all three of your divisions covered this time. And no, you don't quite know who's going to make it or who doesn't, but you will get a really good overview of who's going to make it. It's right down to the wire, and a couple people have to pull it off to make it in. But, they got to do what they got to do. Yes, I've, as usual, have the account balance set up, so you guys can look at that, but no change as of last week. Alright, so let's jump into the Nurgle division with the Panda.
Flesh, bone, and bile. How delicious.
Good morning, ghouls and goblins. Here we are, chilling out on match day 10. Round 2 is quickly approaching. And, yeah, we're just going to take a quick look at the standings, maybe do a game prediction for the last match day or two, depending on where we're sitting. And we're going to go back to full team analysis in the coming round once we roll over, see who made the cut and who didn't. I just wanted to also point out that this drink is delicious, and you should buy it, and we should all enjoy our wonderful Georgia Sweet Tea energy drinks. Thank you. Now, with that out of the way, let's take a look at the Nurgle division schedule. So, we still got 2 games left to play for match day 10. RK and Werecaster. So this is Orcs versus Khemri. Werecaster's Khemri has been quite unstoppable. He's doing very well this season, and it's pretty impressive, actually. And then we have Ace versus J-Town. So J-Town was off to a really strong start. Ace had a less than great start, to put it moderately. I'm going to go ahead and give the slight advantage to Ace's Lizards. They've rebounded fairly well. The Crocs has been doing work, and the Wood Elves on J-Town's side are a little beat up, but he still has what he needs. So we'll give it a slight advantage over to Ace. And I think the Khemri versus the Orcs is going to come down to whether or not the Orcs' armor holds, and if they can get those damn dirty Blitzraws off the pitch. We'll have to wait and see, but as of right now, I'm going to give the slight advantage to Werecaster for match day 10. Match day 11, final match day before round 2. We have Cadet Tank versus 2 kills. We have some admin on admin violence. Cadet's team took a bit of a beating last match day, to put it lightly. Lost a vamp and had a vamp nickeled, I believe. We're going to go ahead and give it over to Goat to punish Cadet's hubris for naming his team the way he did. Lords O Action versus the benefit of Mr. Kite. Mr. Kite's been struggling a little bit, or as far as the team goes, I'm sorry, has been struggling a little bit. The Lords O Action have been playing a fairly solid game, all things considered. So I'm going to go ahead and lean toward the Lords of Action for the advantage on this match day. RK versus J-Town, so Orc versus Woods. This is going to be an indecisive match for me. It's really going to depend on how the previous match day goes for both these teams. And I don't really feel comfortable calling it till we see where they land. Superfed versus Ace. So this is actually probably one of the games I'm really going to want to watch this match day. The Goblins are riding in, I believe, 2nd place for the division, 2nd or 3rd. And Ace is competing to stay in it, ride the middle of the pack, and get a decent seed so he can continue to rebuild. That said, if the goblins get a hold of those skinks, or even if they get a hold of some of the Saurus, the Gangfowls can can turn this really bad really quick. So as much as I'd like to give the advantage to the Lizards here, I think Superfed's going to come out on top. He's shown incredibly solid play with the Goblins all season long. And yeah, that's that. So good luck to you two. Bloody Nobleman versus 1,000 Ways to Die. I don't think Warecaster's team is going to lose to the Brits. Unfortunately. I would love to see the Khemri punished, but I don't think the Brets are going to be able to make it happen. That said, I hope they do. So advantage over to Warecaster for that game. And the North Star Raiders versus In Living Color. So this is a little bit do or die for Cord's team here. He's had some struggles in the past few match days, and he actually gave away a tie off of a greedy play, much like myself, trying to force those levels on the players that need it, and ended up with a tie instead of a win. That said, Cord's gotten it back together after the early losses and early player losses, and I'm going to go ahead and give the advantage over to him for this match day. So that's our predictions for the last day or so that we have going on, plus minus a couple games. Let's take a look at the leaderboard and see who's safe and who's not. So at 7-1-1, Warecaster has first or second pretty much locked up at this point. If he loses either of his games, well, if he wins one game, he'll stay in first regardless. 8 wins puts him over, and he has the TV goal combo to stay out. Superfed and Cadet Tank are jockeying for second and third. And looking at this, actually, if Goatboy wins, not Goatboy, Storn. If Storn wins, he can, second, third, and fourth are all up in the air, 100%. They're very close point-wise, 6-2 and 5-4 and 5-2 can easily change all around on the next match day. So we move on to middle of the pack, 5th through 7th. We have Goatboy at 4-4. We have J-Town at 4-2. We have Ace at 4-2. These three places are all completely up in the air as well on this next match day. That being said, they could even move up further if Cadet Tank happens to lose or Storn happens to lose. Fourth place is easily attainable. All of these guys are definitely still in it. If they tank a game, I don't think they're going to be hurting too much. Oh, minor correction. Bloody Nobleman's a vampire team, and that's gray. They're not Bretts. My bad. Sorry, guys. I seem to have lost my mind. I'm still very tired. Sorry, Gray. Anyways, back to what we're talking about. Lords of Action with Eric's. So, this is a pretty do or die time for 8 and 9. And 10, really. If Cord loses, it can be bad. He can be eliminated and not even make round 2. It's definitely going to be something he needs to make happen, and I believe he might be in a good position to do so. However, if the game goes sideways, he goes away. Clads is fighting for his tournament life. If he wins the next one, he actually... so point-wise would put him at 6, 7, 8 versus Cord's... If Cord loses and Clads wins, Cord could very well be out. That would put him at 9. Oh, nope, guess not. Math is hard. So, Cord is pretty much locked in the Horned Rat. He might be able to inch his way out, assuming these games go poorly for these guys. I know RK is playing Warecaster. So if he loses that one and the next, it could be downhill. Yeah, so very much only really first place is kind of locked in, and not even that much because Superfed very much could inch his way back up to the top. Cadet Tank could get there too with some solid play. So this whole division's really in flux. These last two guys on this last match day are kind of out of it at this point. Bloody Nobleman was a valiant attempt. I appreciate that, Gray. Always like to see some non-standard teams coming in. And Clad's playing Kislev has had a rough go of it all season, lots of deaths. So I appreciate you guys coming on out. And I appreciate you finishing out the round 1 games and not disappearing like some people. That being said, this looks good, man. Lots of solid. Hello, other Panda Cat. And, yeah. Good luck to all you guys for the last match day, and we'll be back with team reviews coming up next week. And as always, remember, pandas never lose. We only win less.
From what I've seen, pandas haven't lost often. I think this guy's undefeated in his division right now. Number 1 at the top of his rankings. Speaking of his division. Oh, let's go ahead and go corn first. Let's go to Ace in the Corn division. Then we'll go over and see what's going on in the Zinch.
They say there is honor in battle. They are fools. We fight for the Emperor, but the blood we spill serves another. More Lord of Death, keep our souls lest they fall prey to him.
Hello, you dirty, dirty heretics, and welcome back to BBPN. I just came back into town doing some family stuff, so I gotta make this short and sweet. I'll probably do a follow-up video after this and send it into Cadet to put into next week so you guys can get a rundown. But we are in the final day of the Corn Division, and let's see, day 10, 9 and 10, look at our leaderboard and see if we can predict who's going to go through. So day 9, we have the Sensational Orcs beat the Khemri 2-0. Suicidal Squad gets the 2-0 win over the Referee Revenge Committee Gobos. The match that could have decided a lot, Yarrick and Risey's Ogres tying 2-2 in the end there. The Kislev tying 2-2 with the Vamps. The Bretts tying 1-1 with the Lazy Boy Dark Elves. And the Fun Factor and Knives, the Fun Bill Dark Elves losing 2-0 to the Necros. Day 10, we have a 0-0 draw out of the Bretts and the Orcs. Fun Factor Knives comes out with a 1-2 loss to the Kislev. The Necros go in and drummel the Ogres of Risey 3-0. The Purple Boys, the Lazy Boy Elves lose 3-0 to the Underworld. Nara's Elite get the 0-0 draw Vamps versus Khemri. And Maximum Overdrive wins 2-0 against the Gobos. And we have nothing yet to be played here. As we look in, that one win from Yarrick, that one win has now propelled him with 3 draws above Zector. So now it is Yarrick and Zector that are going to be out if they cannot win a game. Thanks to the way this is done with our, if I get this right, with how we are doing this, Yarrick has 6 points with 3 draws and 1 win. Risey's at 5 points. Even a draw will not get him in because his TV is too low. Zector also at the same place. He has to win his next game or he is out. So as it stands right now, the only places that could change is the top 3. Khemri, Kislev, and Orc all coming in at 7 wins each. 7-2-1 for the top 2 spots of the Khemri and Kislev. Orcs coming at 7-1-2. Necro's at 523. And Vampires at 442. Brett's at 433. Underworld at 424. Dark Elves at 244. Scamhammer coming in at 316. And if you're wondering why he's lower than Tasserin, even though he has more wins, is because Tasserin has 10 points, 4 plus 6, and he has 10 points, but Tasserin's TV is higher. Also, I believe he owns the tiebreaker. And Yark squeaking in at 10 as of right now at 136, with Ryzie and Zekterman at the bottom. A lot can still change seeding-wise, but as it is, 1 through 9 are locked into round 2, with these 3 fighting it out, and it all depends on the final games. So let's look at this. So we have Daenerys Elite versus Sensei Charger Orcs. I want to give it to Orcs. They've been showing that they're doing really well. So, you know, they're at 7 wins. Good Time knows how to play them. Finhell does have a good vampire team and has gotten a lot of draws, but I think the Orcs will be able to smack through and just win. Purple Boys versus Maximum Ogre Drive. Now this one's difficult. I want to give this a draw. If that is true, Yark, you seal it for round 2 with a draw. All you need is a draw. But I feel he's going to be able to smack the elves around. He does have the 6 ogres. He knows how to play ogres extremely well, and I could see him drawing, maybe even winning this if he can get enough armor breaks, but I'm going to give this one a draw. Referee Revenge Me versus Nighttime Funtime Dr. Helix. Gobos versus Regen. I'm sorry to say this, Zector, but I'm going to have to give this Nighttime Funtime. You had a good run. It was a fun little run this round with the Gobos, but I feel you're going to lose this if in that best draw, so you're going to be kicked out of round 2, but I'm going to mostly give this the Nighttime Funtime. Fan Factor Nazir, the Old World Rulers. He does have he does have the 2 stabbers, and that is a lot AV7 with the skeletons, but I think Rental's smarter than he looks, and he has some really good skill ups on that team. I'm going to give it to the Khemri. Suicidal Squad versus Brett's. Underworld versus Brett's. As much as I like the Underworld Scar, I'm going to give it to the Brett's because he has been getting good skills. He is playing extremely good defense with them, and honestly, Brett's are one of the best defensive teams in the game, so I'm going to give this one a futile effort. And this one could also decide a lot. Yark and Sons versus the Kislev. The Kislev have been showing they know extremely well how to play. They've been getting really good skill ups. And sadly, I think it's going to be the Kislev that beat him. Unless he gets a lot of armor breaks and gets the number advantage. The Kislev are going to come in and beat Ryzie, and that's going to be it. And it's going to be Yark going into round 10 of round 2 with the tier 3 team. But that's how I see it's going to go down. I shall see you guys next time. I hope you guys spill plenty of blood for the Blood God and plenty of skulls for the Skull Throne. Until next time, you dirty, dirty heretics.
Another good video, Ace. Yeah, it just wouldn't be the Hooligan division without Yark in it with the ogres. It wouldn't be the same. I wouldn't know who to root for. But anyway, let's go ahead and see what's happening in the Zinch division. I mean, so far everything's going pretty smoothly. No foreshadow there.
Welcome to the Tenich division. That fool has left, and without him, I am free to extend my reign. Though this is going to need a little redecorating in here. But Korn brings his influence wide. And now I get to push that lesser god out of here and bring in the one true god, Korn. But let's see what the teams have been looking like and what blood has been spilled. So as we look at the leaderboard, Panda with the Norseman has been receiving my blessing this year, and with a 7-3-1 record, is going to win the division. The Fallen Out's Wood Elves take number 2. Lando with the Norse as well comes in at number 3, but he didn't really enjoy as good a season as he did not receive my blessing. But Cebu is showing how the Kislever played, and with a respectable 5-3-2 with a game left to play, is in round 2. McMackey, the halflings that have fully embraced Korn and has been killing left and right, are going into round 2, middle of the pack, at number 5. 2 dwarves bring in 6 and 7. How sad to see them fall this low. The fact that they're beat by halflings, shame on them. Shame. Number 8. A team I know all too well, as I have received many, many skulls from their team. Judgment Time, as they have had many people come back to me. And sadly, their souls have been, consumed. The scum. Ah, scummy. You, let's just say, you know how to bribe a Chaos God well. Vort coming in at 10. At the 3-3-5 record. And at the bottom is the Amazons and the Elves. Though, Brazzers does have a chance. If we look at our schedule, we have one last game to play. And it is never mind. Well, wrong team. So Steal a Daddy and Brazzers, you have failed, and shall spend eternity in the warp, where you will be subject to torture beyond your wildest dreams. I hope Tanich has fun with you. But let's look at our teams, and the games that led us here, to round us out. Day 9, we had the Elves lose 1-0 to the Chaos. The Kislev take a 1-1 draw over the Dwarves. The Dodgeball Underdogs also take a 1-1 draw to the Amazons. Panda, against McMackey's Halflings, failed me and lost 2-0 to the Halflings. Lando lost 2-1 to the one that I have blessed in Panda's Norse team against the other Norse, and takes a 2-1 win. And the Fallen Nats Elf team comes in, and with a drumming that not even I could bless, with a 6-1 win versus Merrimack United. Day 10, we see the Dwarves smash on the Elves in a 2-0 win. No deaths though, 22 armor breaks without death. These Dwarves have been tickling and have been failing me all season. Judgment Time takes a 2-0 win over the Amazons and has pretty much secured their place into the second round. McMurdy's lost 2-1 to the Kislev, showing that sometimes even I can't help. Corridor's Panda taking a 1-1 draw against the Dodgeball Underdogs. And Scum's Los Angeles Panda taking a 2-2 win or draw over the Fallen Nats. And Merrimack United coming in behind Lando in a 2-1 loss. Day 11, Fallen Nats takes the 3-1 win. Merrimack United somehow beats Panda and beats his undefeated record and loses a little favor with me in a 2-1 loss. McMurdy's takes a 1-1 draw against Norse. WWE, a 1-1 draw against the Scum. And Dodgeball Underdogs, a 1-1 draw against the Dwarves. All that's left is Bouncing Fools versus Judgment Time, both of which are in round 2, so it doesn't really have much effect. So let's look over the winner of the Finnish division first. Angry Panda, who has earned the favor of Korn this season with a massive plus 24 cast differential. He has spilled much blood and has made me very happy. His Yeti has gotten God. Both Ulfornas, one Blage Mighty Blow, one Mighty Blow blocking God. Berserkers, Mighty Blow piling on. Maybe another one? Maybe tackle? Who knows, but they are doing great work. The runner with Blage, Lime with kick, Lime with tackle. Though, I must say, Panda, I am very disappointed that you do not have Dirty Player. You lose a little bit more favor for that. But you are still Korn's favorite out of this division to continue on. Number 2 was the Fall of Nats, the Wood Elves. From Luke. I expect you to see more death from this team, as elves are some of my most delicious souls to feast on, and warp them into fierce warriors. But the treeman gets grab. War Dancer with strip ball tackle. The other War Dancer with tackle. It's just this next game. This makes me sad. Catcher with Blage, sidestep and guard. Catcher with Blage, thrower with accurately then block. And the lineman with dodge. But only one reroll to his name. So I'm interested to see if this will come back and bite him, and I can get some delicious, delicious souls as he gets killed. Player named Gus. Lando. Lando. Another Norse team, but a little different. He does not have any Yeti, but he does have 2 runners. One with Blage, one with Blage tackle. Berserker with Blage and Mighty Blow. The other Berserker with Blage. Excellent, excellent level ups. The Ulfornas, both getting God instead of block first. I do not really agree with this, but he is a gambler, so we'll see how he does. And his dirty player's gone with a death as well. So he has given me more tribute with that death. And so he shall be rewarded later on. Number 4, the Kislevs. How I love the taste of vodka when they're offered to me. Lyman with AG Up Wrestle. Excellent cage breaker. Lineman with tackle. Lineman with sure hands dodge. Lineman with block. Another with block. Another with wrestle tackle. He does have a blitzer with AG up. Excellent skills, though I will say probably a little underdeveloped coming into round 2. Before rerolls and with these skills, he should be able to play at least decent defense. As long as that AG4 wrestle lineman stays alive. Mick Murdy's. Mick Mackey. Boy, has this team impressed. Both trees are leveled. Both with guard, one with grab on top of it. One with sure feet. 2 with sure feet. 1 with sprint. 1 with a movement up of all things. And 2 with sidestep. He has proven that he has earned my favor, as he has pretty much been Panda's equal in injuring people this year. And I will look forward to blessing this halfling team down the line. The dwarves. Let's start with the dodgeball underdogs. He's missing his troll slayer. He does have a death roller of all things. I expect much blood with that. Much blood. With guard of all things. A blitzer with mighty blow. 3 mighty blow longbeards with guard and another guard. Plenty of guard to go around. A blage runner and a AGF runner. This is a very, very scary looking dwarf team. But their lack of blood that they have offered me this year, I cannot give them my blessing until they learn how to hit and stop playing like elves. And the other dwarfs, same thing. They need to stop playing like elves and learn to hit. As he also has a death roller that has yet to get any blood on his hands. A troll slayer with mighty blow. A blitzer with guard. He does have 4 guard. A longbeard with diving tackle. A runner with dodge. Both runners with dodge and are with a movement increase. So amazing runners. Excellent build on the longbeards. But, like the other one, they have been hitting like elves, and it shows in their SSP. I hope that if they do not learn how to hit, I hope they get knocked out soon, as they are disgracing the dwarf name. Ah, judgment time. How they have prayed and prayed to me after their start, and all the death and all the blood. How they have prayed to me, and how I've answered with their comeback. He does have 4 Chaos Warriors again. 3 are leveled. Mighty Blow block. Mighty Blow and unblock. He does have a extra arms block Beastman, a dodge Beastman, and a block Beastman, and he went up and picked a Minotaur. I do not see with a Minotaur being a very big liability, and he could have gotten 2 Beastmen for the price. But I wish him the best of luck. And remember, spill blood for the Blood God, and he'll always be with you. Ah, scum. Scummy scum. How I've enjoyed your, little bribes you've sent me. He does have a guard treeman, a sneaky git halfling with catch, a halfling with the strength of all things, diving tackle and dirty player. So he is going for the foul game and get a lot of blood on his hands, which I am extremely happy for. I look forward to seeing your games around too, and what offerings you could bring. Until next time, scum. And our final team going in is the Merry Mats United from Vought. And this team, I have enjoyed all the tributes I have gotten. He does have two blitzers at level 3, moving up and dodge and tackle, catcher with dodge, catcher with AG up, the linebacker with wrestle. Congrats on making it to the rat division. But for your sake, you better hope I don't come looking for more offerings, because you're running out. And I hope your nightmare is almost over. That is your Tanish division. As I now, or should I say formally Tanish division, as this will be the second Gorn division, as I now extend my reach in the BBPN. And I shall see you guys next time. Spill blood for me and collect skulls for my throne. And I need milk for my breakfast. Until next time.
Why am I not surprised that the Zinch division is the first one to get overran by another demon? I thought they were better than that. I mean, all hail Corn. Love for the Blood God. Let me get out of here before shit hits the fan. It was going so well too. This is it for BBPN. I'm your host, Cadet Tank. See you guys next week. Bye.